Hello, welcome to our first Saber class servant I've designed. Can you guess who it is before the speed paint? I'll give you 5 seconds. Feel free to pause to take a guess. Edward, the Black Prince, the Duke of Cornwall. Due to his nickname of the Black Prince, I really wanted to give him a lot of black armor, simply because it's in the name. And when I first found him, I legitimately thought he was going to be like an African prince. I thought that'd be interesting, but it's not. He was mostly named that later in life. Actually, I think it was even before his life. So, yeah, so he wasn't born with the name, and in fact, a lot of his armor was a mixture of gold, blue, and red. This is why I gave him the red and the blue, while making his hair purple a perfect in between his two main colors or side colors. But his main thing is black. I want his armor to be black because that's what he said he was going to have. I'll talk about his sword later. But first, on to the history. Edward's father became king at 14, and he wanted Edward to be prepared for the same way of life. At 2, he became an earl and the Duke of Cornwall. He went to his first battle at 16, and here is when his brutal way of war came to the forefront. He became a legend after he left Catene and Normandy in ruins. Many of his siblings fell to the bubonic plague. As he was on the front lines, he didn't get it. Unfortunately, his siblings didn't really make it. In 1356, Edward was set to take Aquitaine in order to restart the war because his father wanted more La France. He wanted more. He did that and far more. Using Greek fire, he burnt several southern France cities down, killing anyone who got in his way until he ran to King John II. John used 50,000 men to force Edward to admit defeat. Edward was going to give him a treaty and even give back all his lands, castles, pretty much everything he took from the king. The king didn't want that. He wanted Edward to be his prisoner and all of his men to ransom them off to England. Unfortunately for the king, he gave the prince a day to decide. Edward used this time wisely to take away John's upper hand and even captured the king. Almost as a breath of fresh air to all his cruelty and his brutality, he actually treated John quite well, surprisingly. While England celebrated Edward's victory, it was admittedly hollow. This years of war that his father and he was doing to France, which was part of the 100-Year War, it really started draining the wallets of the king and the prince. Despite this, he still courted Joan of Kent, this being a romance written about in classics. Now, I don't mean that literally, I mean that's what the romance was like. When they bargained John back to France, they got land with the Treaty of Brittany. At last, Edward went on one more complaint that fell apart because of betrayal, and he became sick because of it. This is what finally did him in. This is how he died, before he was ever able to become king, making him, honestly, to a lot of people, one of history's greatest what-if stories. My version of Edward is a brutal fighter who will fight tooth and nail and could be summoned as a berserker because, yeah, I didn't mention it, he went a bit crazy here and there. However, he will be quite courteous towards his master while also asking you to not trust him with money. He's like that rich kid who doesn't fully understand the meaning of money. His wish is simply to become king, though everyone, including himself, knows and understands that's not a good idea. Now, onward to his stats. He is summoned as a Saber. He has a B in strength, B in endurance, B in magical power, C plus in agility. His luck is a D, and his noble phantasm is a B++. His class scales to his magic resistance, rank D, and riding, rank B. Personal skills: charisma, rank A. Tactics, rank B. Order of the Garter, rank A. As a founding member of the Order of the Garter, which still holds strong to this day, he gains a boost to stats for every single rule he obeys. Greek Fire, rank B++. During his brutal attacks on France, he will burn the villages in Greek Fire. Now he can summon it with ease, with or without his noble phantasm. Noble Phantasm! Shield of Peace! The brutality of the Black Prince. B++. His black shield he used in life is now twisted by a mixture of the brutality of war and the Greek fire he used, twisting it into the shape of a rapier that drills into the opponent and uses Greek fire to burn his opponents from the inside out. Anyways, that's gonna be all. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you guys have any good ideas. I'll read them all, and I might end up drawing one. Have a wonderful day, y'all. Later.